Hi everyone, welcome to Nissa's Nursery, and today we're talking about the plant that everybody needs in their garden. Here's what it is. So the plant that everybody needs in their garden is my favorite plant, grand wormwood. It is a spectacular plant. It's really pretty, very ornamental, but highly beneficial to have in your garden. It's my go-to plant for anybody that says that they're a brown thumb and manages to kill plants. Wormwood only needs pruning once a year, so very low maintenance, and it'll even help suppress those weeds as well. So this is one of my wormwood plants. I actually love them so much that I have them completely surrounding my house. So what's so awesome about wormwood? Well, firstly, it can actually be used as a natural pest deterrent. It has a coating on the leaves that actually deters most insects from it. Now, what's cool about that is because they don't like the feel or the smell, it actually tends to mask other plants around it as well. Fellow Australians listening to this will understand what I'm about to say, but we have a family of wallabies living in our yard. Wallabies are very cute, but they also tend to eat any greens that you have in your yard. So what I actually found was if I'm planting my, say, spinach or something equally delectable to wallabies, the scent is so strong that it even deters wallabies and even rabbits from eating what's nearby. So wormwood was used historically as a substitute for hops. So this is actually the type that you would find in the popular alcoholic beverage absinthe. However, I definitely don't recommend, I'm not endorsing consuming this in any way, shape or form. It can absolutely be toxic at the wrong levels, not to mention illegal in certain countries to consume. So keep as a nice garden plant. Wormwood is super easy to grow. It's the kind of plant that can be a little bit needy if you've got it in a container. It will grow happily in a container, but you need to be careful to keep it well watered. But as soon as you put this into the ground, it gets right to making the best of whatever situation you put it in. So I have some of mine in half shade, full sun, all different types of soils. I've grown them in a subtropical region. I've grown them in a cold region. They will just adapt to whatever you put them in. When you first put your wormwood in, don't be too concerned if it's not growing right away. Sometimes they take a little bit of time to adapt, particularly if you've got a poor soil condition, something like that, but they will get there. Don't give up on them. Wormwood comes in the most ridiculously tiny little seeds that you've ever seen. So I have heard some people having some problems germinating those from seed. They definitely respond best to germinating first in a greenhouse and then being transferred to outside. You can propagate them from cuttings as well. This little guy is not quite at the age where it can be propagated. So when mine get to the age that they can be propagated from cuttings, I will show you how you can do that. So a warning about wormwood. Because of the coating on its leaves, like I was explaining before, it can actually come off the plant during watering or raining and drop down to the plants below. The good news and the bad news about that is it will inhibit any plant growth that is around it. That's awesome for weeds. So I have these guys around my house so that it's a little bit easier to maintain the beds, but if you put them close to herbs or vegetables, it will actually stunt the growth, potentially even kill the plant, particularly those in the mint family or lemon balm, things like that. So just make sure that they are not under the plant, make sure they're next to it, and you won't have a problem with that. So there you have it. That's why wormwood is my favorite and why I recommend it to anyone. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to hear your comments as well, and don't forget to subscribe.